Kitelife is proudly brought to you by Cabrina, Katani, and Marine Safety Victoria. G'day and welcome to another episode of Kitelife, coming to you from Katani here in St Kilda. Coming up on this week's show, Kiahi Deboidis lends us a hand with this week's trick tip, and we check out Papua New Guinea as a kiteboarding destination. But first up, we're going to spend some time with Rylan Blakeney, a Western Australian kite surfer who's absolutely tearing it up at the moment. Check it out. Alrighty, we're here with Rylan Blakeney and we're in Western Australia. Rylan, it's been a while since we've caught up. Tell us about what's been going on in your world.
Not much, just sort of hanging in WA a fair bit. Got away a fair bit over winter, and yeah, it's summer now, so just hanging in West Oz and always keeping my eye on the next decent swell.
Now, you love a bit of a road trip.
Yeah.
You do some pretty hell missions. You know, how many road trips a year do you reckon you do, and how many Ks in the car?
I think last year we probably clocked up about 40,000 Ks. Not all road trips, a lot of that is work, but yeah, probably a good dozen or so during summer, and then the odd one during winter.
You know, what's one of the great things that you love about actually kiting waves as opposed to just surfing them?
Probably the freedom and sort of a different approach. You can sort of take off a lot earlier, take off in sections you wouldn't normally get to paddle surfing. And yeah, just freedom and being able to do different things that you can't do in other aspects of surfing. So yeah, I love it.
Mate, I've seen you kite some of the biggest waves that I've ever seen kited. What's going through your mind when that stuff's gone down?
Not much, just I hope I make it. Yeah, no, today was pretty, the fair bit of swell, it's pretty heavy, so hopefully the wind picks up a bit more for the Savo and get some more.
Alrighty, it's trick tip time, and with me is Kiahi Deboardis, shop writer for Karina. We're here at sunny Caloundra and we're talking trick tips. What do you got for the viewers, Kiahi?
Well, we've got 3 tricks today, and basically they're all from the same family.
Yeah, right. So what do we got?
Well, we've got a front roller wrapped, an NIS, and then a grabbed NIS.
Okay, how does the front roll to wrapped work?
Well, basically it's pretty simple. You start off with a front roll, and as you finish your front roll in the air, you're going to pull the bar to your hip and spin around and land with the bar behind your back.
So just before you're about to land, you want to twig that bar and spin in the opposite direction as your front roll.
Pretty much.
Alrighty, talk us through the NIS. How does that work?
Well, basically it's pretty similar to a front roller wrapped. Instead of passing the bar in the water, you're going to be passing the bar in the air.
At what part of your rotation in the air do you pass the bar or attempt to pass the bar?
Basically it's just before you hit the water, you're going to do the front roll, and as you're spinning around, probably halfway, you're going to pass the bar and then continue spinning and land heel side on the water.
So both the front roll to wrapped and the NIS, they're unhooked tricks?
Yeah, they're both unhooked, so that really allows you to pass the bar.
Of course. Okay, and what about throwing in a grab there?
That is obviously the grabbed NIS, and basically it's the same as the NIS, and all you're going to do is as you finish your front roll, or as you're finishing your front roll, you're going to throw in a grab. Then at that point, you're going to pull the bar to your hip again and spin out and pass the bar and land.
Yeah, nice. Have you got any tips or final little things that make it easy for you to complete the trick to the viewers at home?
The biggest thing I'd have to say would be just pulling the bar to your hip before you go for a pass. Really, it allows you, just gives you a lot more success to try and make the handle pass.
Nice. And with all tricks and stuff, if you're not 100% confident, ride within your abilities. If you're going to try new stuff, make sure that you got plenty of room downwind and you're in a nice, safe area. Kiahi, thanks so much for being on Kitelife again.
Thanks, Paul.
Yeah, sweet. After the break, we head to Papua New Guinea. Yeah! Okay, we're taking 5 with Chase and Kiahi. The guys have recently gotten back from Papua New Guinea. Kiahi, how is Papua New Guinea as a kiting destination?
Well, it's kind of somewhere you wouldn't expect. It's pretty close to home. It was only like an hour and a half away from where I was, and we went there and found out it's a really good flat water spot, and I'm sure if you search you'd find some pretty good waves too.
Tell us about the local culture over there. How was it?
It's just it's such a good experience because it's really different. You get to see people who have never seen, let alone white people, they see kiting and they just freak out, and because it's something they've never seen before.
Chase, tell us about why you guys actually went to Papua New Guinea.
Well, I got contacted by Marvin. He's the owner of In a Loop kiteboarding, and he messaged me on the internet. He found out through a friend about my surf films. See, I usually do surf films, so I haven't really done a kite film ever. So he contacted me saying like your stuff, and would love for you guys to come over and film at Papua New Guinea and try something new, because there hasn't been a kiteboarding film ever in Papua New Guinea, so it's good to sort of get the word out there that Papua New Guinea is actually a pretty good place to kiteboard and actually safe as well, because it's sort of got that bad reputation of being dangerous and everything. But when we got there, it's kind of it was actually surprising how safe it is and how cool the people are there.
Now, Kiahi, tell us a little bit about the wind conditions, what direction and how strong and what size kites should people take if they go over there?
Well, basically when we went there, the first few days were a bit light, but apparently we got it at a bad time. And then for the rest of the trip, it'd start off sort of lighter and you'd have a good kite on some bigger kites, and then all through the day it would pick up, and by the end of the day it was 25, 30 knots every day. And so pretty much just a southeast trade wind, super clean wind, and it's just good. So take a few kites, if you want to get away with a smaller kite, you can just wait till the end of the day and there's pretty much wind all the time.
Is it pretty expensive over there?
Basically, just the expensive part is getting there, and for the boat, once we were there, we spent 7 days on the boat, so after that it's just drinks and all food's covered and sorted.
Yeah, nice. Chase, tell us, where can people see this footage that you guys shot?
It's on DVD, and I guess you can purchase it from sort of kiteboarding stores around Australia. It's called Lands of Lahara. Lahara means it's the southeast wind. It's the trade wind that Papua New Guinea gets. That's really consistent. So we sort of took that name and put it into the title. I thought it sounds pretty cool. It sort of flows a little bit.
Okay, we're talking safety again, and I'm with Natalie Clark, the current KBV Women's State title shot rider for SHQ. We're talking conditions. How important is it to check the conditions every time you go out?
Yeah, super important. I check on the bomb site before I leave home. Well, I pretty much have that open while I'm working at home, and if it hits 10, 15 knots, I'm down the beach. Check it again when I'm down here, and then go out and ask anyone who's been riding. They're going to know exactly what it's like. So check with them, and then you can pump up the right kite and get out there.
So you check the bomb site, which is the Bureau of Meteorology. What information do people need to, gather from that website?
Mainly wind speed and wind direction. So your wind direction might change what beach you use, because different beaches, different wind directions work, and the wind speed will judge what kite you use and what time you're going to go out, that sort of thing.
How critical is it to really appreciate how powerful the wind can be?
Yeah, it's super dangerous if it picks up or you get some big gusts through. If you don't know what you're doing, you can really get hurt. So yeah, know what you're riding in.
There you go, guys. Don't let injury cramp your styles, and always check the conditions before you go out.
We've been flying the trainer kite for the past week. We're down here for our second lesson. We've jumped in a boat, headed across Botany Bay, and we're on the beach to kick off our lesson.
Just getting prepped, undoing all the lines, we've pumped the kite up, and now we're just going to get our first flight of a decent sized kite just on the beach. So just getting it ready.
I could say I am on the outside. I don't want to be the wrong.
I can go paragliding.
I could
Strapped in, ready for action. I've coached wakeboarding using the head zone helmets a lot. I've used to using them, and they're a good teaching tool. So might look funny, but they're good to learn with.
part of this world. What can you tell me? Wishing your future away.
The best position for your hands, middle of both parts. If you can please put your hands on, okay? And only move on. What you're supposed to do is pushing the bar forward. There's less power in your kite, pulling on the bar, more power, and turning kite left to right. So, what's wrong? Not gonna work, not the motorbike, okay? Make sure this cable is straight. So, for example, common mistake of my student, kite is sitting on one side, they wanna put it on the other side. What they do, they just pull it like this. They squeeze this cable in here, but what you have to do, just pull on the bar on one side, you get a tension on this line, and kite start flying on the other side, okay? You already know we always launching kite on the edge of a window, and the kite has to be on one side, okay?
What can you tell me? Wishing your future away.
Bit is going to fly the kite, then hook the kite onto me, still flying it, and then I'll slowly put both my hands on and be flying it by myself.
Wow, I can just feel this kite just even hanging onto it right now. Like power it's got. It's not even been pulled up yet. So it's way different to the trainer kite.
Yeah, you said it to me over and over that.
So whilst looking super stylish in our get-ups, we have gone through the safety, gone through survival, pumped up a 9-metre kite, got it up in the air.
Got it back down, and wind's picked up, so we're going to throw the 8-metre up and try again on the beach now.
Of this world, what can you tell me? Wishing your future away.
So we've completed everything we need to know on the beach, and we're ready to go out in the boat, fly the kite, body drag, and put our boards on and kiteboard.
Day 2, we've had our second lesson here with kiteboardinglessons.com.au and our instructor Vit. How would you rate our efforts out there today?
And you know, these guys, they're pretty experienced wakeboarders, so it didn't take them much time to get up on the board. They did really well.
My efforts, well, it was quite interesting. Definitely harder than I thought, and got launched. That was probably the highlight of my day. But I didn't have the board under my feet, just launched in the air. Dean had an awesome time underwater.
Yeah, I would basically sum the entire day up as kiting 1, us 0.
Okay, with me is Marine Sudre. Marine, welcome to Kitelife.
Thanks, Paul.
Okay, now tell the viewers at home how long you've been kite surfing for and how you got into it.
Well, I've been kiting for at least 5 years now, and I got into it because it was for my dad's birthday and he really wanted to try it out, and he was like, come on, try it out with me. So I went with him and got to Kite Power, got a lesson there, got the gear as well, and started together, and it was really good, and we got hooked, so we still do it together.
I saw you teasing your dad before. It's like you still ride together?
Yeah, we ride together, and it's just fun because we feed off each other. He does a jump and I try to do a better jump, so it's really fun.
I can imagine he might be struggling to keep up with you nowadays though, is that right?
He was good at the start, and then I just beat him.
You smash him.
I smashed him.
Nice. Australian champion multiple times. You also did the KPWT. How was that and how did you go?
It was really fun. Like the 2008 tour was really something different, you know. Just you see all the guys kiting and you get so good quickly. The spots were really amazing. Like just the kiting spots that they picked out were really good.
You're the only Australian who's actually ever done it. Can you explain to the viewers at home what it is and what it's all about and how you placed?
Well, the KPWT is actually a Kite Pro World Tour, so it's the same event but on different parts of the world. And you get points whether you come first, second, third, fourth, fifth, etc. And at the end of the tour, at the end of the year, you get your placing, which is world ranking.
And what was your world ranking?
My world ranking was 4th.
Oh, congratulations, that's excellent.
Thank you.
Tell us about the kites. that you've been riding lately?
Well, the kites I've been riding lately are the converts. They're really fun and really easy. They're super safe. They're fun because it's a 4-strut kite, and that means that it's very stable. It's got a bit of a grunt, so that's really good for power tricks and lots of jumps and stuff like that, so it's really nice to begin with. And it's super easy because the relaunching system is just incredible. You can relaunch your kite, it goes down in the water, you can just relaunch it like that, which is really good because when you're, for example, me in a comp, you don't want to waste time swimming after your kite for it to relaunch. So it's really good to have something like this that is just fun and easy and just awesome.
Yeah, it makes sense. Tell the viewers at home and me as well what you've got planned for the next 12 months in your kiting. You're going to take over the world? Are we going for a #1 in the world rankings?
Well, I've been taking it easy after the 4th in the world thing because I just got to do some studies. But in the next 12 months, I'm going to New Caledonia for Christmas, actually, for this end of the year. So I'm going to get a lot of kiting action, which is really good. And then I might go back to Brazil, which is a really good country as well to go kiting. Really strong winds and everything, so might do some of that. Yeah, I might go kiting again and again and again.
When you speak to me, you speak to me. Every second you take a piece of me, not for one day. Slow down.
Well, that's all from us here at Kitani for today. James, thanks for being on Kitelife.
Yeah.
For more information on the show, go to kitelife.com.au. And mate, I think it's time we go and check out that deck for some beer action.
Yeah, let's do it. Sounds good.
Excellent. We'll see you guys next week.